Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
691 Steel. That's 866-917.
What is up, friends? Good mornings and greetings. Welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health, to your vitality, to your well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable. And you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, acne, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it is simply the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, help a loved one, workmate, family member, friend get off their medications and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you out, and we welcome your calls at 855-660-4261. That's 855-660-4261. Try to call early so we can squeeze in as many calls as possible. Hate leaving folks on hold, which we invariably do. 855-660-4261 is our call-in number. If you have questions about the longevity products, ingredients, formulations, 855-660-4261. Likewise, if you have a success story you'd like to share with us, or if you just want to contribute to the conversation, 855-660-4261 is your Bright Side call-in number. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear us talk about on The Bright Side, advertise, recommend on The Bright Side, you can call the Bright Side Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, my personal favorite longevity product. And make sure you ask about joining the Bright Side Ben team for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a longevity business, make some money selling longevity products, and help spread the word about the power of a good nutritional supplement program. You can also write off your home office, write off your products, write off your mileage, enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having your own business without having a boss, making your own money, no one to answer to, and it's all for a one-time $10 fee. They can tell you all about it at 866-735-2470. Or you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com, and click on the Join the Team link on the upper left-hand corner of the page, brightsideben.com. Also want to encourage everyone to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren, who does such a good job at pharmacistben.com. Okay, we are talking about a very important, if underappreciated process in the body called methylation. Methylation is a kind of chemical activation that occurs everywhere in the body, every cell of the body at all times. There's something called a methyl group. Methyl group is just a little chunk of carbon with a little bit of hydrogen attached to it. Think of the letter C. You've all seen those little chemical shapes. Maybe you remember it from high school. Those chemical shapes with little sticks coming off of them and little letters. Just think of the letter C with 3 H's. Technically, they call that a CH3. C and 3 H's. And that's known as a methyl group. That methyl group is stuck onto chemicals. A methyl group is just a chunk of methyl, chunk of CH3. If you want to simplify it, a chunk of carbon. That chunk of carbon gets stuck onto another chemical. That chemical is switched on. Simple as that. A chunk of carbon gets attached to a chemical. It's switched on. We say that that chemical has been methylated. And that process is called methylation. And it is super, super, super important. Why? Why is methylation so important? Well, it's important. It's critically important, actually, because it occurs every second we're alive. It occurs in every cell of the body, and it's responsible, methylation that is responsible for the production of many hundreds of different biochemicals. Why should we care about this methylation process? Well, keeping in mind that health and wellness and life itself depends on the production of these biochemicals, which are produced via a series of endless and ceaseless chemical transformations. We said yesterday, chemical A getting transformed into chemical B, getting transformed into chemical C, chemical D, chemical E, and on and on and on. And the fact that these transformations, which occur in a series that are called pathways, these transformation pathways depend on activation steps like methylation, things getting stuck on. Think tinker toys. Chemistry and biochemistry is nothing more than tinker toy shapes being manipulated and changed and stuff getting stuck onto the tinker toy shapes, activating them. Methyl groups, tinker toy methyl chunks getting stuck onto other tinker toy chemical structures. All of this stuff, all of this activation and pathways and transformations are the key to health, the key to wellness, the key to life itself. And unfortunately, if something goes wrong in these chemical transformations, these changes in shapes and these activations, that's where disease comes from. No methylation, no activation. No activation, no biochemicals. No biochemicals, no life, no health. Actually, before no life and before we have no life, we got crappy life. Crappy life is known as heart disease, Alzheimer's disease, osteoporosis, degenerative symptoms of all kinds. And all of these are associated with problems of transformation, chemical changes, problems and issues with activation. Methylation defects accelerate the aging process. Methylation defects can cause major genetic problems. Methylation is actually an epigenetic phenomena. We've talked so much about epigenetics. Epigenetics involves the steps that turn on genes. Dr. Wallach's got a great new book coming out. I can't wait to read it, called Epigenetics. Epigenetics is the science of how things get stuck onto genes, how genes get transformed, turning them on and off. And methylation is a very, very important process when it comes to genetics, or epigenetics. We'll be talking about that later on. Methylation keeps a fetus from developing birth defects. It's one of the reasons why pregnant moms are told to take their folic acid. It's why they have prenatal vitamins. Prenatal vitamins contain folic acid, and prenatal vitamins are a very important way to keep methylation happening to prevent birth defects in a developing fetus. Folic acid is one of the most important methylating agents you could ever use. Methylation, as I say, turns genes on and off, and defective or insufficient methylation is involved in the initiation of genetic changes. Good ones that prevent us from having cancer, and defective or under methylation, if our genes are under methylated, that can cause mutations and ultimately cancer. Mood and mental health is especially dependent on effective methylation. Nerve conduction depends on methylation. Myelinization, the insulation that covers nerves, depends on, once again, on methylation. And the body's most important detox element, the stupendously critical cancer fighter, heavy metal purifier, drug detoxifier, glutathione, depends on methylation. Methylation builds tissue. Methylation builds muscle. Methylation is critical for all anabolic, that is, building biochemistry. In fact, pretty much every single thing that happens in your body, from thinking a thought to wiggling your toes to beating your heart to keeping your cells running efficiently, depends on some level on healthy methylation. And I would say that all that makes methylation and methyl groups that are responsible for methylation very, very, very important. Methyl groups, those little chunks of carbon that get attached to activate chemicals, methyl groups are carried around in the body via various transporting chemicals, various chemicals that are called methylating agents or methyl carriers. These methyl carriers or methylating agents are little, you can think of them like little shuttles that travel around through your body and look around for places to donate or give up their methyl groups. There's substances in foods that can act as methyl carriers or methyl donors, most especially living foods or foods that were recently alive, both animal and vegetable foods. Pretty much all veggies and flesh foods will get you your methyl groups as long as those foods are reasonably fresh. All right, we got lots more to say about the methylation process and what you can do using nutritional supplements to improve methylation. We'll tell you about that when we come.
So you've been listening to pharmacist Ben and Dr. Wallach for a long time now, and you're wondering if Youngevity really works. Hi, my name is Adam. I'm an employee at GCN, and I've been using Youngevity products for over 2 years now. Call me today to hear my story at 612-695-5982. You too can lose weight, experience increased energy, and feel better about yourself and the future of your family. Call today, 612-695-5982. That's 612-695-5982.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237. Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
The freeze-dry guy, leader in the preparedness industry for 44 years, is closing his California warehouse. Don't miss out on this huge warehouse sale and receive discounts from 30 to 40% off on the finest Mountain House and Packaway brand freeze-dried and dehydrated foods for long-term food storage or even everyday use. Plus deep discounts on all in-stock survival gear. The Freeze-Dry Guy is offering a wide selection of freeze-dried foods in number 10 cans and even individually packaged entrees. Remember, meats, vegetables, fruits, and long-range patrol rations are the main components for any long-term food storage. This is limited to stock on hand, so hurry and call 866-404-3663 or 530-798-4414. Remember, as always, free shipping to the lower 48 states. So hurry up and call 866-404-3663 or 530-798-4414. Remember, this is limited to stock on hand. The Freeze-Dry Guy is your choice for survival food in an uncertain world.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
We are the premier independent talk radio network, the Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
We're back on on the bright side. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben. Our number is 855-660-4261. I think I'm going to try to get to our calls earlier so we can get to as many calls as possible. Call in early, and it's first come, first serve at 855-660-4261. If you want to start a longevity business and help spread the word about the power of a good nutritional supplement program and make some money at the same time, you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. You can also head over to my website, brightsideben.com, and click on the Join the Team link. If you want to purchase any longevity products, they can help you at the Brightside Ben phone team, 866-735-2470, or you can pull down on the shopping cart at brightsideben.com. And I also want to encourage you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com. If you want to search any programs, you can take a look at benfuchsarchives.com. Thank you to Peter in the UK for setting that up for us. There's a neat search engine there, and you can search for specific topics that we've talked about over the last 3 years now, doing the Brightside program. And, of course, all the shows are archived at brightsideben.com via the GCN network. Okay, let's see here. Methylation, super, mega important process that occurs in the body. Methylation is basically a piece of carbon, a chunk of carbon, getting stuck onto different chemicals. It activates the chemicals. These methyl chunks, methyl groups they call them, are carried around in the body via various transporters, little shuttles that sort of carry a methyl group on, then donate that methyl group wherever that methyl group needs to be donated. So making sure you got enough of these methyl carriers is a very important strategy. You can eat foods that contain methyl carriers, and it's mostly going to be living foods or live foods, pretty much all veggies, organ meats, flesh foods, seafood. They're going to get you methyl groups as long as those foods are reasonably fresh. Over time, methyl groups become less available as foods lose their freshness and the life force and just starts to dissipate and methyl carriers break down. This is one of the big problems associated with processed foods and getting most of your calories from processed foods, as many of us are doing. Foods that are heavily processed contain a lot less methyl carriers. These methyl carriers, methyl groups, they're all associated with living and live foods, and you're going to get a lot less of these if you're eating processed foods, although enrichment can improve methyl carrier content. That's one of the things that enriched flours do, is they replace, the enrichment process replaces the methyl carriers that are lost by food processing. How about if we just don't process our foods as much? How about if we just don't eat as much processed food and try to subsist as much as we can on living and live foods? There's also nutritional supplements that we can use that carry methyl groups. We can help improve the methylation process using nutritional supplements. There's lots of them. One of the most important is something called SAMe. Last we spoke, yesterday anyway, we were talking about this very important SAMe element. SAMe comes from methionine. Methionine is an important amino acid. It's a raw material for the most important, probably the most important of all the methyl group carriers, SAMe. SAMe can be thought of as an activated version of methionine. Methionine gets switched on and becomes a methyl carrier via some very interesting chemical processes. We won't get into that, but basically it just gets activated and it becomes SAMe. That turns methionine into a very, very important methyl carrier. Methionine itself is really important. Methionine itself does lots of things in the body. Methionine is a source of sulfur. Methionine is an important detox element. Methionine gets converted into lecithin, that same stuff that's found in eggs and vegetables, the same stuff you can buy in a health food store, the same stuff we talk about all the time when we talk about improving the body's ability to process fats. And that means that methionine is going to be important for all the fatty systems of the body, especially the brain, and especially the brain of a cell, the membrane. I love that. The membrane is actually the brain of a cell. The membrane, the cell membrane, is largely composed of lecithin. That means methionine is going to be important for the information processing of a cell. And we say so many times on this program, all disease is cell disease, and all cell disease is cell membrane disease. So keeping that cell membrane strong and healthy is very important, and that's where lecithin comes in. And methionine is actually converted into lecithin. You can even think of lecithin as a type of souped-up methionine. Lecithin is also important for healing the digestive system. It's also important for helping the digestive system process fats. Bodybuilders, athletes know that methionine can help with fat processing and fat burning. And you'll see methionine in a lot of weightlifting supplements and a lot of fat burning supplements. But for all the roles that methionine plays in the body, none is more important than its conversion into the active form, the element called SAMe, and that's capital S-A-M dash little e, key, SAMe. SAMe, this activation of methionine to SAMe turns methionine into a super mega methyl group carrier. SAMe is not really an essential nutrient itself. Methionine is an essential nutrient, but SAMe is not really an essential nutrient. It's not one of the mighty 90 essential nutrients. But even though it itself is not essential, it has very, very important roles to play in multiple systems of the body. It has roles to play that cannot be fulfilled by plain old unactivated, even though it's essential, methionine. The fact that SAMe is an activated version of another nutrient means that you don't really have to get SAMe in the diet. You don't have to really get SAMe as a supplement as long as you're getting enough methionine. But because activation is required and because activation requires energy and sometimes we don't really activate methionine as well as we should, especially if we're sick or toxic or we're nutritionally deficient, it might not be a bad idea to supplement with a little SAMe. SAMe can be considered not an essential nutrient in the sense that you absolutely have to have it, but it may be a conditionally essential nutrient, which means it's not technically a must-have. You don't absolutely have to have it as a supplement, but because it's conditionally essential, it might be a good idea to make sure you're supplementing with SAMe. Famous article, that oftentimes quoted article that appeared in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition a couple years ago referred to SAMe as a super nutrient, meaning that it's an activated nutrient that must be provided in the diet or via supplementation when production is messed up due to some kind of disease state. Back in the 1990s, when I first started really getting into studying nutrition, SAMe was popular as an antidepressant and an energizer, and there's some very interesting reasons why that is. SAMe, as important as it is for all the systems of the body, it's especially important for the brain, and I will tell you about that tomorrow. I want to get to our phones a little early today. We've got a bunch of calls, and I want to see if we can get to as many calls as possible. Tomorrow, we'll talk about SAMe and why it's important for brain health if you're dealing with bipolar disorder or you're dealing with depression or you have a serotonin problem, that you're giving you Prozac or Effexor. You may want to think about supplementing with SAMe. We'll talk about that tomorrow. On the bright side, let's go to our phones a little early today. 855-660-4261 is our number. June in North Carolina. Welcome to the bright side. What's going on? June. Got June?
Yes.
Hey, June. What's cooking?
Thank you, Ben, for having me on.
Sure.
I have been treated for hypertension for the last 15 or 20 years with traditional medicines.
It's not doing much good, is it? It's not doesn't seem to be helping. You still have high blood pressure?
Yes.
Okay.
About 3 or 4 years ago, I started amlodipine, 10 milligrams, and Atacan. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But about 3 months ago, I exhibited very high WBC. And certainly was recommended that I do the traditional bone marrow testing, etc.
Okay, hang tight, Joe. We got to take a break, and I'm going to help you with that hypertension because it's really easy to deal with, and you don't need drugs to do it. In fact, antihypertensive drugs are among the deadliest drugs you could ever use, and I'll tell you why when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Are you hungry for delicious, nutritious, rich, and satisfying home-cooked meals? Discover the Vita Clay 4-in-1 Smart Organic Cooker. Unglazed Zisha clay, an ancient secret that makes this fast multi-cooker so special. Infusing your food with incredible flavors, perfect texture, vitamins, and minerals for your good health. It's a slow cooker, rice cooker, a steamer, plus a yogurt maker. Go to VitaClayChef.com and enter promo code RADIO20 for 20% off at checkout. That's VitaClayChef.com.
You pick up the receiver. With your heart racing and sweat dripping from your forehead, you finally muster the courage to dial the number to call into your favorite talk radio show. It rings once, twice, and then...
Hello, it's GCN. What's your name and the state you're calling from?
Surprised you got through, you squeak out.
Jason from Minnesota.
Please hold.
As you patiently wait for your turn, you begin to daydream about being a famous talk radio host and what it would be like to have your own show.
Jason from Minnesota, you're up.
Millions of loyal listeners worldwide waiting to call and talk to you.
Caller, are you there?
Cheering crowds surround you, calling out your name.
Jason! Jason! Going once, twice. Okay, we gotta move on to the next caller.
You blew it.
Huh? Wait, no!
Interact with the host you're listening to right now, online at GCNlive.com. Click on the community link. Engage with other listeners. Ask questions. Start debates. Don't agree with the host? Let them know. Be a part of the community at GCNlive.com.
So who else will you meet at the Get Prepared Expo? For starters, from Republic Broadcasting, John Moore and John Statmiller. From GCN, Aaron and Brad Dakins, Joyce Riley, and me, Vincent Finelli. Joining us are the instructors whom you've learned to trust. Surgeon of the Year, Dr. Norman Shuley. Engineer, Matt Stein. The real Fox Mulder of the X-Files, Dr. Richard Allen Miller. Author and analyst, Captain John Reagan. Your counter-terrorist from Central America, Mike Ma. Dental center owner and my dentist, Dr. Howard Shane. Radiation instructor, Craig Douglas. Author and survivalist, Rich Sheben. Author, Judy Dollarhite. Cancer center owner from Mexico, Dr. Patrick Vickers. Bug-out expert and pilot, Captain Bill Sermo. Beekeeper, Jeff Maddox. Seedsman, Mike Knox. Author, Gayla Pruitt. Author, Harry Cooper. Food expert, Joe Acapinti. And Bill Whaley, the junk man. March 27, 28, and 29. GetPreparedExpo.com, the largest preparedness and survival expo in the USA.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates. 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.
Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
We're back on the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. We're in North Carolina talking to June about high blood pressure. June, you there, my dear?
Yes, I am.
All right, couple things. Let me just say, because I don't need to hear the grim details as much, as interesting as they might be.
Could I tell you one other thing that happened? Because of the high WBC, I opted to instead go for vitamins and supplements to include BTT.
Okay.
So I am now doing 12 of these my
12
blood
what?
pressure is 12 vitamins and supplements.
Okay.
Including BTT.
Okay.
My blood pressure is continuing to average very low, 110/72.
Oh, okay.
And my question then is whether or not I may be getting even a lower blood pressure than I should, and that the Atacant and the supplements, that it's too much.
Yeah, you might be able to wean yourself off of the medicine. That's what you should be looking at doing. There's lots of toxicity associated with those drugs. No toxicity with the supplements. So if you're dropping your blood pressure nicely, you may want to ask your doctor about weaning yourself off the medication. And you might want to ask the doctor to take a look at the package insert so he can see the side effects of these medications for himself. He may not know that these things, he probably knows, obviously, that they have side effects, but it just may not hit him as hard until he reads the package insert. So you may want to ask the doctor, hey, doc, let's read this package insert together and see if the doctor really wants you to stay on the medication, considering your blood pressure seems to be controlled now that you've added the supplements. I was going to give you the whole scoop about hypertension being part of the body's stress response. Hypertension is a way that the body shunts blood into the viscera, into the central part of the body and away from the extremities. But it doesn't sound like I need to do that. It sounds like you're doing a good job there, June. So continue the good work. And if I were you, I would wean myself off the medication, absolutely. Then you won't have to deal with the side effects associated with the medication. And keep in mind, you may be having side effects and not even know that you have side effects, but they may be simply increasing your rates of other horrible diseases as well as, unfortunately, an early demise. I'm not clear on why your WBC, I think you were saying, white blood cell count, was dropping, but that's most certainly not a good thing. And it may be associated with some of those medications. So I would absolutely, to answer your question, wean myself off those drugs and stay on the supplements and work with your doctor and show your doctor the package insert so he can read those side effects for himself. Does that help you, my dear?
It does, and thank you very much.
Sure. God bless you, ma'am. Have a beautiful day. Thanks so much. Looks like supplements are helping out. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, let's move on to let's go to Tennessee and say hi to Stacy. What's going on, Stacy? How you doing?
I've been better, sir. How are you?
I'm all right. How can we help, ma'am?
I have been breaking out over the past 3 days with a rash that's covering my body. I actually have two rashes, and I have been on anticonvulsants for the last 24 years.
Oh, my goodness. What are you on, Dilantin or Tegretol, or what are they giving you?
I've taken Tegretol early on. It did not work for me. I was on Dilantin for 18 years.
Oh, my gosh.
They've switched me. I've tried Trileptal. That one didn't work. They've had me on Keppra for 5 years.
Okay, you're breaking my heart here. Let's not talk anymore about the horrible poison you're taking. Here's the deal. You have epilepsy, seizure disorders, correct?
Yes, sir. I have a traumatic brain injury from a car accident.
Okay. Well, now it's a little bit different than if you have just a biochemical or a degenerative condition. It's a little bit different if you have some trauma in there, but you can still do a lot of things. Number one, the most important is for everybody out there listening who's got seizure disorder, or problems with seizure disorders, especially kids, you got to know about what's called the ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet is something we've talked about. We talk about all the time on this program, even though we don't call it the ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet is they call it a moderate protein diet and a high fat or moderate fat diet and a very, very restricted carbohydrate diet. It turns out that when your blood sugar drops or when you have changes in blood sugar, this can trigger brain chemical issues, especially seizures. So it's so important. And this is one of the most important health strategies for everybody, but especially if you have an unstable biochemistry. That's what seizures are, really. It's unstable biochemistry. But for everybody, it's very important to keep your blood sugar stable. Next to working with the digestive system, keeping your blood sugar stable is the most important biochemical health strategy you can do, but especially if you have problems with seizures. So the ketogenic diet means more protein, less foods that mess up your insulin, bread, pasta, oatmeal, grains, processed foods, snack bars, restaurant foods, fruit juices, desserts. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about here. Staying away from those as much as you can, and instead getting your calories from coconut oil, from butter, sugar, from saturated fats, from protein, whey protein, egg protein, even vegetable protein, lots of vegetables, and staying away from anything that messes up your blood sugar. That's the most important step for all seizure issues. It would be a good idea for you to Google the ketogenic diet and seizures. Ketogenic, by the way, is spelled K as in King, E-T-O-G-E-N-I-C, ketogenic diet. Then there's some awesome nutrients for helping stabilize brain chemistry. The B vitamins are the most important brain chemicals. I always call the B vitamins the building vitamins, but you could call them the brain vitamins too. They're just as important for the brain as they are for building. The B vitamins are important for energy production, and if we eat processed foods or the standard American diet, we're not going to get enough B vitamins guaranteed. Where do you get B vitamins in a supplemental form? Beyond Tangy Tangerine. In fact, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine excels. This is where it stands out in importance in terms of water-soluble nutrients like the B vitamins and also electrolytes. The word electrolyte, what do you think of when you hear the word electrolyte? You think electricity. And seizure disorders are an electrical disorder. So anything you could do to improve electrical conductivity is going to be important. In addition to the B vitamins, your electrolytes are important. That means sipping on that BTT all day long is not an option for you, in my opinion, my dear. It's a must-do. In fact, I'll tell you what. If you will, Stacy there, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
If you send me an email, say Stacy from Tennessee in the subject heading, and put your address in there, I'll send you out a free Beyond Tangy Tangerine on me, and you can try it out. I'll pay for the ship, and I'll do everything. All I need you to do is send me an address, and I'll send this out to you, and you can try this for yourself. But sip on it. I want you to sip on it all day long. Don't drink it all at once. Okay?
I have taken Tangy Tangerine, and I have been on the ketogenic diet.
And it hasn't helped you?
No, I am taking coconut oil daily.
No, hang on. Has it helped you? Have you noticed any difference?
I have lost 33 pounds.
Well, that's pretty darn good. That's pretty good.
Well, no, I mean, I was already pretty small. I pretty much feel like, sir, I'm on my last.
Well, no. Let's help you out. Don't run away, man. I want to help you out here, okay? So it's a good thing that you're on the BTT, you're on the ketogenic diet. Stay on it. But let's get you some more ideas. Are you doing any kind of exercise, bodybuilding exercise, weight building exercises, or muscle building exercises?
Well, I also have degenerative disc disease.
Well, no. I don't want to know what you have. I don't want you to have. I want to know if you're doing any building exercises.
I am a very active person.
No, I didn't ask you that, sweetheart. I didn't ask you that. I said, are you doing any building exercises?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay. Well, that's what we want you to do. We want to get some meat on your bones here, but not fat meat. We want to get muscle meat on your bones. So after you want to get in the gym and start doing, you don't have to do a lot. You don't have to do a lot. You know what? You don't even need to go to the gym. You can just do stairs, or you can even do sitting and standing exercises. Hang on. We got to take a break, Stacy. But I really want to finish this up because I want to take care of you, so don't go away. And then if you're on hold, hang tight. We'll try to get to as many calls as we can here. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You are listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back right after this.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curve appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Gemstone. Genstone.
Gemstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Gemstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Gemstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
It's a terrifying thought. You're trapped somewhere without a radio and no access to GCN shows, a doctor's office, the DMV, your mother-in-law's.
Come on, stay for dinner.
That's what makes the newly redesigned GCN Live app a true lifesaver. Listen to your favorite GCN hosts and programming on your smartphone, wherever you are. Download yours free on iTunes or Google Play. The new GCN Live app. Don't leave home without it.
By now, you heard about Bitcoins, but did you know that over 65,000 businesses accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co, because at bidbit.co, you can receive Bitcoin by selling your personal items or business products. You heard right, whether personal or business. You can now buy, sell, and auction your products quickly, easily, and securely at bidbit.co. That's bit.co. bidbit.co.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
All right, we're back on the bright side talking to Stacy in Tennessee. Stacy, so I'm going to go a little bit fast, but here's what I'd like you to do, my dear. If you shoot me an email, put your phone number on there and also your address. I'll send you out a BTT just for being sweet. And then if you put your phone number on there, I'm going to give you some personal help because you got a lot of stuff going on, and I can't really give you the best treatment here on the radio. But for all the listeners, I want everybody to hear what I'm going to say to you. Okay? It doesn't matter that you're very active. It matters that you're building some muscle, and that's why you want it. You don't necessarily need to go to the gym, although that's not a bad idea. Maybe get a trainer. But if you don't want to do that, you can do muscle building exercises just from the comfort of your own home, just by sitting in a chair and then standing up really, really slowly and then sitting down really, really slowly. Maybe taking 15 or 20 seconds to stand, 15 or 20 seconds to sit. And if you lift your arms up really high while you're doing it, you'll get a nice upper body workout while you're doing that. And it's not that easy to do. You probably won't even be able to do it more than once or twice. But then you build yourself up, and you can create different exercises, maybe add a little bit of weight, have a book in each hand over time, and that'll give you a little bit more of a upper body workout. And it doesn't take much to do it, but that'll help you build some muscle. And then when you're done with your workout, make sure that's when you want to do your protein and your vitamins, and that will help build some muscle. Then there's tremendous nutrients for the brain. I know you said you're on the BTT. That's great, and the coconut oil. You may want to think about taurine. 100 milligrams of taurine, very stabilizing for electrical energy. That's why you'll find it in Red Bull. Helps stabilize electrical energy in the heart and also in the brain. There's a supplement called GABA, G-A-B-A. Have you heard of that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Are you on it?
I have taken gabapentin in the
Not
past.
gabapentin. That's a drug. I'm talking about GABA, G-A-B-A. That's a nutrient. It's actually a brain chemical, and that might help you. 200 milligrams a day of that. Lithium orotate, that might help you, around 5 milligrams or so of lithium orotate. There's a nutrient called glycine, G-L-Y-C-I-N-E, that's been used to help treat epilepsy and seizures for many years, actually. Glycine supplements, maybe 1,000 milligrams a day of glycine, that can help you. There's another really neat nutrient nutrient called inositol. That might help, maybe 100 milligrams or so, even up to 500 milligrams of inositol, in addition to all the B vitamins. Those are very, very important. And then don't forget about plain old vitamin C. That can be helpful for seizure disorders, and I'd be taking a couple thousand milligrams of that a day. You get some in the BTT, but additionally, some additional vitamin C can help. Magnesium can help. 5-HTP might be helpful too. And of course, all your fatty nutrients, especially essential fatty acids, omega-3s. You're probably taking a bunch of those, but you may not have taken some of them. And those can be helpful. And then if you shoot me an email with your phone number, I'll get back to you, and you and I can have a conversation on the phone, and we can give you some more help. Anything else you want to ask, Stacey? You've already done everything. Everything I just said.
No. I have written down everything. I've already sent you an email.
Oh, you have. But now we're friends. Now you and I are buddies. So now I know you.
I sent you one out this morning, actually, before I contacted you.
Oh, how cute.
Now my mouth is swelling, and I may have to go back to the emergency room.
Well, let me before you go to the emergency room, I'll give you a call sometime this afternoon, okay, Stacey, from Tennessee? Okay. What did you say in your subject? So I know to look, because I get tons of emails.
I put allergic reaction to seizure medication.
Okay, good. I'll get back to you today, Stacey. Okay, thanks for your call. I wish I could give you some more help, but we got a bunch of calls I want to get to. I always try to get to all the calls I can, and it just doesn't seem to happen. John in Missouri, welcome to the bright side. What's up, my friend? John in Missouri, M.O., the show me state. What's up, my friend? How you doing?
Still having trouble. I'm on Youngevity. I'm gluten-free.
Nice.
I'm still having trouble with dry skin.
Okay.
Especially around my lower legs and my feet, and I still cannot sleep. I'm taking the Beyond OsteoFX, the Cal-Toddy.
Okay, hang on. I don't need to know what you're taking. I need to know what you're not taking. That's interesting. You know, whenever we have a problem, people always tell me what they're taking, but it doesn't matter what you're taking. It matters what you're not taking or what you're not doing. So let's talk about dry skin and sleeping issues. First of all, for anybody out there, including you, John, who has insomnia, sleeping problems, this is a classic sign of a body in distress. The body is not going to let you sleep. It's not going to let you fall asleep if it thinks its life is at stake. If it thinks, and this is how the body thinks, a lion is about to eat you or a tiger is going to jump out of the bushes and attack you, it's not going to let you fall asleep. So insomnia issues are a sign of a body in distress. From a technical standpoint, it's a sign of a sympathetic nervous system activation, stress or survival nervous system activation. So we got to calm the body down. The question is, why is the body so scared? Why does it think its survival is at stake? Well, there's only two reasons. One is, I should say from a physical biochemical perspective, there's only two reasons. It could be real stress, and there may be a real lion out there ready to eat you, but I doubt it. Usually has something to do with a biochemical breakdown, leaving aside the emotional and mental reasons why we have survival threats and stresses. From a biochemical perspective, it means something is getting into the body that's activating the stress response, or on the other side of the equation, we're not getting enough of the good stuff. Either the bad stuff's getting in or not enough of the good stuff is getting in. So first, we want to focus on the bad stuff getting in that's activating the stress response, and that always means foods. So you want to look to food problems, look to digestive problems. This is step number one on the road to recovery, no matter what your health issue is, guys. No matter what your health issue, step number one is focusing on what is getting into the body through the digestive system that shouldn't be getting in. If you don't know you have, if you think you don't have any digestive problems, but you still have health issues, look closer, because these things go under the radar. Our brain has a really interesting way of just shutting things down and ignoring things, putting things in the back burner if they're not critical, really urgent. We just tend to forget about them, and especially if we have digestive problems our whole lives, we just don't notice them. But if you have a sleeping problem or you have a skin problem or any problem, step number one, focus on digestive health. That means eliminating problem foods and then getting in some good nutrients for the digestive system, like the Z-Radical, wonderful digestive system for digestive system support. The Biolumin Nightly Essence is a must-have for all digestive problems. Glutamine powder, aloe vera, zinc, liquid nutrients like the BTT, these are all great ways to focus on digestive health. Now, the skin problem, that's telling me, and by the way, nobody should ever have dry skin. This is a sign that biochemistry is tweaked in the body. And I know dry skin is almost 99% of folks have, that aren't kids anyway, have dry skin issues, and that's just a way of demonstrating for you guys guys, how sick we really are, how unhealthy most of our biochemical or biochemistry is. So for dry skin, whenever I hear about dry skin, I think about fats and fat malabsorption. That means focusing, once again, on the body's ability to process fats, and that's a digestive thing. So getting all the digestive nutrients we just talked about, and then throwing in your fatty nutrients, especially essential fatty acids. Sometimes that alone makes a difference with dry skin. And by the way, dry skin has zippo, nothing, nada to do with your moisturizer. And anybody who tells you that you need a different moisturizer or new moisturizer to take care of dry skin is not telling you the truth or just doesn't know themselves. Dry skin, fat metabolism, they go together, or fat malabsorption, I should say, go together. That means essential fatty acids, and with your fats, with your EFAs, and with your vitamin A, you want about 20,000 IU of vitamin A, maybe 400 international units a day of vitamin E. With your fatty nutrients, make sure you're taking them with fatty foods, with digestive enzymes, and it probably wouldn't hurt you to throw in some lecithin and apple cider vinegar also. If you want to go all out, you can use methionine, as we've been talking about earlier. That helps with fat metabolism. The amino acid choline can help with metabolism, and then bile salts can help with fat metabolism as well. All of these are ways that you can improve your body's ability to process fats, and they'll also help you with general digestive issues too. If you want some help to go falling asleep right away, although I recommend that you focus on the digestive issues and things that are getting into your body inappropriately and activating the stress response, but if you want some nutritional supplements that can help you fall asleep, melatonin is probably the best, although not everybody gets results from melatonin. You can take a lot of melatonin, and melatonin has anti-aging properties and anti-cancer properties. It's just a wonderful all-around nutritional supplement. You can take a lot of melatonin, 9 milligrams, 12 milligrams, not necessarily that you need that much, but 9 or 12 milligrams a day certainly isn't going to hurt you, and that'll help you fall asleep. Lithium orotate, that's a nice relaxing supplement. I take lithium orotate maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times a week, 5 milligrams a day. In addition to being a relaxing supplement, it's also helpful for brain health. And then 5-HTP can help you fall asleep a little bit. Magnesium taken before bed may help you. GABA can help you. And we were talking earlier to Stacy about GABA for brain chemistry. GABA is a nice relaxing nutritional, it's not a supplement necessarily, it's more like a neurotransmitter. I'm sure it's not a nutrient, it's more like a neurotransmitter, but it'll still help you relax a little bit. Glycine can help you relax a little bit, and if you don't want to do the 5-HTP, you can also do straight old tryptophan, and that can have some nice relaxing effects also. So dry skin, think fats, sleeping problems, think stress, and then all those relaxing supplements that we just talked about. And I am so sorry, you guys. I tried to squeeze in as many calls as I can. It just doesn't seem to happen. So I left you on hold. Please call back tomorrow. Tell our call screener that we left you on hold, and we'll get you first up. We just don't have enough time. An hour doesn't seem to be enough time to cover everything I'd like to talk about on the bright side. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about SAMe and its importance for brain health. If you're dealing with depression, you're on an antidepressant, you're going to want to hear about that. SAMe is also important for methylation, and we'll continue talking about that as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening, folks. Check out my website, brightsideben.com. If you want to join the Brightside Ben team, I'd love to have you aboard. Click on the Join the Team link on the upper left-hand corner of the page at brightsideben.com, and also make sure you check out my blog, pharmacistben.com. Thanks for listening, folks. Have a wonderful, awesome, beautiful day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
It's no secret that government and big business buy in bulk and get huge discounts not available to the little guy. Until now. Introducing a breakthrough crowd buying website where people can join together, buy in bulk, and get massive discounts on millions of popular products. It's TogetherSave.com. TogetherSave.com. You can save 20, 30, or even 50% off tablets, smartphones, cars, appliances, textbooks, sports equipment, video games, and much more. All with free delivery. Check it out. TogetherSave.com. Visit now and start group buying today at TogetherSave.com.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610.